Dear students, my name is Tarun and I am research scholar at Ferroelectric Materials Laboratory, which is the research lab at Department of Physics, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Punjab Technical University, Bathinda. And in our research lab, we synthesize and characterize the various ferroelectric materials in different forms. Today I am going to demonstrate you the PE loop tracing in ferroelectric barium titanate crystal sample. So in the term PE loop, P represents the polarization and E represents the electric field which is externally applied. So first, what is polarization? Polarization, it is the shifting of a charge when the externally electric field is applied. Now if I consider the case of a atom, this is our atom when electric field applied is 0, when the externally applied electric field is 0. In that case, in a atom at center there is a nucleus and the negative electron charge is symmetrically surrounds the nucleus. So particularly in that case, the center of the positive charge and the center of the negative charge coincides and the overall atom is neutral. Now if I apply electric field, I am considering a case in which external applied electric field is not equal to 0. In that case, electric field forces the positive charge in its direction and it pushes the negative charge in a direction opposite to that of a electric field. So there will be a net displacement of a charge. So this net displacement of a charge, it represents the polarization. Now if I reverse the direction of electric field, the direction of a displacement of charge reverses. So basically this displacement of positive and negative charge and the change of the direction of a displacement of charges with the electric field, it gives us the PE loop, right? So second, what are the ferroelectric materials? So basically the ferroelectric material, these are the class of a dielectric materials. Dielectric materials which are further the class of a insulators. I can say the dielectric materials are the insulators in which the electrons move or shifts with the electric field, right? So if I discuss some ferroelectric materials. Now, according to the behavior of a dielectric materials or dielectrics in the presence of electric field, we can categorize dielectrics into 5 types: linear dielectric, paraelectric, ferroelectric, relaxer ferroelectrics, and the antiferroelectric. So if we apply an electric field to any dielectric material and study their polarization, their behavior will be different. And according to that behavior, we categorize these dielectric materials into 5 types. So the class of a dielectric material which are we are going to discuss today, it is the ferroelectric materials. So the ferroelectric material, the kind of a PE loop ferroelectric show is this one. This is a very basic PE loop which we generally study or which we can usually see in our textbooks. So all these materials, you can see there is a different PE loop for all these materials, right? So ferroelectric materials, why ferroelectric materials show this kind of a PE loop? In that PE loop, here E represents the electric field which is along the x-axis, and P which it represents the polarization which is along the y-axis. So basically the existence of domains in a ferroelectric material, it gives us this kind of a PE loop for the ferroelectric material. So what is a domain? It is a region in a ferroelectric material in which the directions of all the dipoles is same. You can see here this is a domain, right? This represents the boundary of a domain. So this is the region of a domain, and in that region all the dipoles are aligned in a one direction. So the existence of that domains in ferroelectric materials, they gives us this particular kind of a P loop, right? So how we trace or how we measure the P loops in ferroelectric material, it is generally done by using Savart-Auer circuit. So what is Savart-Auer circuit? Here I can show you the circuit. So this is our Savart-Auer circuit. This is the circuit diagram. This circuit diagram is generally assembled or used in ferroelectric tracing unit, right? So in that Savart-Auer circuit, this Fe part, it represents our ferroelectric sample, right? Here R1 and R2, here R1 and R2 are the resistances, and these are the constant resistance, and here it is capacitance and resistance. Here this capacitance and resistance, these are variable, and these should be adjusted, right? These should be adjusted according to our sample. Every ferroelectric sample has some capacitance and resistance value. So according to that, we have to adjust the capacitance and the resistance value to get a exact P loop for a ferroelectric sample. Basically, the Savart-Auer circuit, it works like a Wheatstone bridge, right? So if I show you our Wheatstone bridge, this is the Wheatstone bridge. In a balanced state, in the balanced state of a Wheatstone bridge, our ratio here P, Q, R and S, these are the resistances. So when the Wheatstone bridge is balanced, in that case P upon Q, that must be equal to R upon S, right? So basically the exact same theory we use in our Savart-Auer circuit, right? Here we adjust the value of capacitance and resistance according to the value of a capacitance and resistance for the ferroelectric sample, right, to get our exact P loop for our ferroelectric material. So if I draw the circuit diagram in a kind of a Wheatstone bridge diagram, so like here R1 R2, so I can write, okay, I have already plotted, this is R1, this is R2, same like PR, here we have R1 R2. So like here we have Q in Tauer-Sauer circuit, in that case we have our ferroelectric sample, and in the fourth arm where it is S resistance, we have capacitance and resistor, right? And here we adjust the value of capacitance and resistance according to our sample. So here it is galvanometer, and in our Savart-Auer circuit we have a CRO, right? So like here is a power supply, and same we apply power, right? So in Tauer-Sauer circuit we just try to balance our circuit, right? So now I show you the assembly. So this is our assembly for the P loop tracing. In that assembly, it is the unit P loop tracing unit. This is our sample holder, right? So particularly if I show you this one, right? So in that you can see there is a sample, right? This is a standard sample of a barium titanate crystal, right? So we are going to trace the PE loop for that sample, right? So we generally use this unit. We have a software for to use the PE loop tracing unit. So we give all the commands to through the software, right? So okay, this is the PE scan one. This is the software we use to trace the PE loops. Okay, this is the window. This is the software window. In that software window, first of all, we enter the name of our sample material. So our sample is barium titanate. So I use the short name BT. Here, second information that we have to enter, it is the thickness of the sample. So the thickness of our sample is around 1 mm. So we have entered the 1. Area, okay. First of all, I show you our sample material. So this is our sample of material. It is the second sample material. The first one I have entered in our sample holder. So you can see this is the sample. This is the thickness of the sample. It is around 1 mm. So the area value, what we have to enter here, it is the area value of this upper part, this one, right? So the area of the sample material that I have inserted in the sample holder, it is around 10. So now the next three parameters, these are basically influence the PE loop of our sample material. So electric field, here we enter the value of the externally applied electric field. This is the capacitance and the resistance that I have explained you earlier in our tower circuit, that we have to adjust the value of a capacitance and resistance according to our sample material to get the exact PE loop, right? So generally we start the loop tracing from the capacitance value 47 nanofarad and the resistance value, it is around 10k. So first I start with the electric field value 2, right? So when I apply it and I'll scan, right? So you can see this is working, right? Okay, the PE loop of any sample, it will depend upon three values: the value of a electric field, the value of electric field that we have entered, the value of a internal capacitance, and the value of a resistor. We have to very smartly play with these three values. We have to manage the set of these three values to get the exact PE loop for our sample material, right? So first of all, I give some okay, I'll start with 5, right? When I maximum field is 5, now I apply it and scan. Okay, we are not getting the exact p loop. So now what will I do? Now I'll change the value of a capacitance. Okay, uh, a good ferroelectric material, a good electric material which has a very good p loop, it will show its p loop, its exact p loop at the higher value of a capacitance, right? कोई भी फेरोइलेक्ट्रिक सैंपल जितना अच्छा फेरोइलेक्ट्रिक प्रॉपर्टीज़ शो करेगा, उसके लिए जो पी लूप की बैलेंसिंग है वो हायर वैल्यू ऑफ ए कैपेसिटेंस पे आएगी. सो वी हैव टू इंक्रीज द वैल्यू ऑफ ए capacitance here, right? So when I increase the value of a capacitance here, now I keep the magnitude of a electric field constant. Now I apply, then scan. Now you can see the difference. I have increased the value of a capacitance, right, keeping the other two parameters constant. Other two parameter means electric field magnitude and the resistance, right? So first we study the variation of a capacitance. Okay, we are not getting some exact loop, so I'll further increase the value of a, okay, I'll directly take you to the value 4.7. Here we can get some loop. Okay, you can see here we have started getting some p loop here. Now we will change the value of a resistance. We will get more refined p loop for the sample. So you can see, okay, we are getting now. Okay, exactly at this resistance value we get some good p loop. So the sample which we are using is of barium titanate. Barium titanate, it is a ferroelectric material, very good ferroelectric material which show very good p loop. It is our standard sample. So okay, देखो यहाँ पे p लूप किया है, कट रही है, इसका मतलब है कि इसको और वोल्टेज की ज़रूरत है. नाउ वी विल increase the value of a external applied electric field, right? So first we exit here, and now I'll increase the value of a electric field. Suppose I increase to 7.5, right? So apply and scan. Okay, you can see our p loop is improving. Okay, still okay. Now let's reduce the value of a okay, 100K. So the p loop of any sample, when we trace the p loop for any sample, it basically depends upon three parameters: the magnitude of a electric field applied, and the capacitance and the resistance value that we can change according to the sample to get the exact p loop, right? So yeah, it's a good loop, and if we keep on increasing the value of a electric field magnitude, we will get the more. Okay. So now let's increase its value to 9. Now I have applied the magnitude 9, apply and scan. देखिए सॉफ्टवेयर में हमने जो मैक्सिमम फील्ड की वैल्यू अप्लाई की है, इट इज़ 9. हमने 9 किलोवोल्ट पर सेंटीमीटर, राइट, इट इज़ द वैल्यू ऑफ ए इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अप्लाई की है. तो जो हमारा सॉफ्टवेयर है वो धीरे धीरे मैग्नीट्यूड को बढ़ाता है. अभी आप देखिए कि हमारी जो लूप है अभी और ज़्यादा अच्छी हो गई है, राइट. ऐसी जैसे हम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वैल्यू को बढ़ाते रहेंगे, ये जो हमारी लूप है ये और अच्छी होती रहेगी और बढ़िया होती रहेगी. तो आई थिंक द वैल्यू ऑफ ए इंटरनल कैपेसिटेंस एंड द रेजिस्टेंस इज़ ओके. So if I further want to check our p loop, I can further enhance the value of a increase the value of a magnitude of a. Suppose अगर मैं ये वैल्यू को 10 कर देता हूँ, दिस इज द 10. नाउ आई अप्लाई एंड स्कैन. Yes, you can see this is the very basic and the standard p loop for the ferroelectric material. कोई भी जो अच्छा फेरोइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल है वो ऐसे ही अपनी पी लूप शो करता है, राइट. So you can see this end of the P loop, it is completely saturated. So at this end, if we increase some more magnitude of the electric field, we can improve that end also. So let's further increase the value of electric field. Let us suppose we increase to 11. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वैल्यू को इंक्रीज़ करते हुए हमें ध्यान रखना पड़ता है कि अगर हम ज़्यादा वैल्यू को अप्लाई कर देंगे तो वो हमारे सैंपल को शॉर्ट कर देगा, उसको ख़राब कर देगा. तो हम बहुत ज़्यादा वैल्यू भी नहीं इंक्रीज़ कर सकते फॉर द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. सो वी हैव टू कीप अ बैलेंस बिटवीन द capacitance value, resistance value and the external applied electric field to get the proper P loop for any sample. So now as you can see, at this point when we have applied magnetic maximum field is 11, you can see here the overload light is blinked. It means our sample is not taking that much value of a field, so we have to immediately stop the we have stopped that one. It means the sample is not taking that much value of a electric field, so we have to keep it at 10. So the value is 10. Now again if I apply, sorry, okay, so I am back to 10. Okay, so at this value we so this is good loop. This is a very good P loop for any sample. If any sample shows such kind of a loop, it means it's a very good ferroelectric material. So this is a good loop. So we keep the value of a electric field magnitude is 10, because when we increased it to 11, our sample overloads. So overload means our sample not taking the that much electric field, so it is kept at 10. So to further improve the value of a to further improve the shape or P loop, we can change or we can make the number of combinations for the capacitance and the resistances value to get the little bit more improvements in the P loop. But this is the P loop. So basically from that demonstration and the demonstration of the tower server circuit that we have discussed earlier, that the basically the kind of the shape of the P loop of any ferroelectric sample, it depends upon the three values: the value of the external magnitude of a electric field, the internal capacitance and the resistance. So the value of a internal capacitance and resistance that we choose is according to the sample. If our sample is a good ferroelectric material, generally it will show a good PE loop at the higher value of a internal capacitance value, right? And we use a resistor value to adjust the shape of a PE loops. So thank you, students. This is from the ferroelectric materials lab on the PE loop tracing. I hope you get some information from this demonstration. Thank you.